mist has gone and the sun has descended on the Mugello circuit. It is the Copa Shell World Final race which is going to be contested next, and the Copa Shell regional champions are Tani Hanna for Europe. For North America, it's Mark Issa, and for Asia Pacific, Makoto Fujiwara. The Hublot safety car will be leading the cars away on their formation lap for this 25-minute duration race, and this is Tani Hanna then, Copa Shell champion in Europe. He's also raced in Asia Pacific, and if memory serves me, I think he started their season at their season opening Melbourne race, which supported Formula One. And this is Thomas Gosner going from P4 on the grid. Lots of fans here to enjoy Finali Mondiali, which features not only racing from Ferrari Challenge, but also our F1 Clienti and XX programs too. Fans are standing by not only for this Copa Shell World Final race, but also for the glittering Ferrari show which takes to the track on Sunday afternoon of the Finali Mondiali weekend. We have the Copa Shell World Final race to come though. Let's take a look at the first three rows of the grid, which contain Tani Hanna from pole position, then it's Ernst Kirschmeyer, James Weiland, Mark Issa, who won the Copa Shell Championship in the States, will be going from P5 on the grid. There is our front row, with the car nearest to us in the picture is Tani Hanna, and alongside him is Ernst Kirschmeyer, and all the way down the pit lane, everyone excited for the start of this Copa Shell World Final race as the cars are released. Behind the safety car for their formation lap, race duration 25 minutes. The pride of all the regions is up for grabs in the Copa Shell World Final race. The color codes: Europe red, North America blue, Asia Pacific yellow. And a big grid of cars to contest this Copa Shell World Final race. The lights go green and everyone jostles for position as they cross the crest and head in towards turn number one. Is Tani Hanna going to be able to convert P1 into the race lead? There is a little touch between himself and Ernst Kirschmeyer. Tyres not up to temperature yet. Then a bigger touch from Thomas Gosner. And then a number of cars having to take avoiding action. And I'm pretty sure Murat Kuhadaroglu is involved in that. Some 5 cars take to the gravel. Some have been able to return to the tarmac, others have not been able to do so, and I suspect Ernst Kirschmeyer is one of those. So as they head towards turn number one, so Tani Hanna right to the left-hand side of your picture here. There goes touch one, there's touch two. Now Ernst Kirschmeyer has got it all under control, but then Thomas Gosner on the inside seems to make contact with Ernst Kirschmeyer. That turns the car around. Number of cars have to take avoiding action, and as I said, the reaction from Baron Motorsport would suggest that Ernst Kirschmeyer was not one of those drivers that was able to spin the car around and return to the tarmac. Sure enough, you can see him there on the left-hand side of your picture with Murat Kuhadaroglu, who's absolutely furious that his final race of 2019 has finished in the gravel before even one lap is completed. Well, look at the start that Tani Hanna and James Weiland get over Makoto Fujiwara and Cloud Senaretti, who are running in P3 and P4. There's something like 12 car lengths between them. So Fujiwara not really anticipating when Tani Hanna and James Weiland were going to give it a footfall. Ken Abe tucked in there in P5 at the moment ahead of Zing and Yamaguchi. But the pressure is on for Tanny Hanna then, who's got James Wyland leaning heavily on him for this P1 position. At the moment, Tanny Hanna got everything seemingly under control, but James Wyland continuing to chase. So Tanny Hanna then, who is the Copa Shell champion, being chased down by James Wyland, who incidentally has won the Inter-Series championship. He's raced not only in Europe, but North America and Asia Pacific as well. There's the battle for, the battle for P3 is not so intense as the battle for P4, as we see Davis get himself ahead of Yamaguchi, and that is for P7. But back to this battle for P4 then, between the North American racer Cloud Ceneretti, driving the all-pink 351 car ahead of Ken Abe, who's currently running in P5 in the all-blue 488 Challenge car. They put another lap in the book then, and Tanny Hanna continuing to lead from James Wyland. James is just being quite clever here and perhaps leaving it right until the final stages of the race before mounting a fairly serious attack perhaps on Tanny Hanna. Let's see how it plays out. Jay Park then, after this P8 place that is held by Yamaguchi, takes to the outside of turn number 1, which, if you can continue the momentum, it does give you the inside for turn number 2. Yamaguchi closes the door and for the moment is able to stay ahead of Jay Park, or is he? As Jay runs just a little bit wide, that battle for P8 between Yamaguchi and Jay Park. And further down the order, Fons Skeltermar and Christian Kinch, two European racers absolutely side by side here. Fons Skeltermar with the shark's teeth up front. His car is P11 and Christian Kinch is P12. So the Netherlands-based racer Fons Skeltermar putting himself ahead of Christian Kinch. Still, Jay Park is not giving up on this battle for P8. He's currently running in P9, but wants to get one further place up the order. And for the moment, Cloud Ceneretti has seen off the challenge from Ken Abe. But here comes Davis then, on the inside of Yan Bin Zing. Not quite. This is for P6 in the race. So Davis clearly determined to get that P6 as he dives to the inside of Yan Bin Zing. Yan Bin turns in, there is slight contact between the two of them, and Davis is the worse off there as the car does a complete 360. He's on the gravel, he's able to get it back onto the tarmac, but loses out on 2 places. That incident under investigation from race control. And here we can see it in replay. It was a bold move to the inside of Yan Bin Zing, who was steadfast in his defending of that position, and there you can see Thomas and Corinna Gosner both now having to enjoy the race from the pit wall as Fons Skeltermar puts himself past Yamaguchi. So Fons Skeltermar moving up a further place then in this Copa Shell World Final race. And as we pick up the action with just over 4.5 minutes left to run, Yamaguchi now has got Davis for company once again. And then you can see the Christian Kinch car running just behind. So Yamaguchi and Davis then, P8, P9, then P10 is Christian Kinch. P11 is Tommy Lindroth. And Davis then ahead of Yamaguchi now to reoccupy that P8 position. There would be further drama though for Yamaguchi. Kazuyuki Yamaguchi then with a puncture, which means the end of his world final race. He has to retire the car there. He is able to get it to a position of safety in the closing stages of this race, but the Cornez Osaka driver regrettably out of the race. Tanny Hanna appearing to have everything completely under control in P1, and Cloud Ceneretti and Ken Abe, this battle for P4, which has raged for pretty much all of the race, and Cloud Ceneretti still able to show a clean pair of heels to Ken Abe. It's the North America versus Europe battle, which is continuing to be contested for this P4 place. And Fons Skeltermar and Jay Park with a fight going on for P6. Wherever you look through the pack of 488 Challenge cars in this world final race, there are lots of fights going on. For the moment, though, Jay Park is just able to stay ahead of Fons Skeltermar. Clearly, the pressure mounted by Fons Skeltermar on Jay Park caused that little run and that little excursion, as here comes James Wyland now. And Tanny Hanna runs wide, and that plays into the hands of James Wyland, who dives to the inside through turn number 1. On the final lap, the lead of the world final race has changed. Tanny Hanna then running wide through turn number 1. The San Donato turn from the pressure from James Wyland was enough. But Tanny Hanna now has to go back on the inside through the chicane. The back end of the car gets loose. James Wyland keeping his cool and maintaining this P1 position as Tanny Hanna, who has led the race right from the start, the grip, I think, has finally run out on the 157 car, and James Wyland is now able to gap him sufficiently. So in the final lap, James Wyland then, with the run to the checkered flag, potentially he will become the world final winner for Copa-Shell. And Tanny Hanna relegated to P2. The fight for P6 continues to be intense between Jay Park and von Skeltermar, and a little mistake there from Jay Park. Just like the previous running into the gravel, but this time, von Skeltermar is able to take advantage and moves himself up into P6 in this Copa-Shell World Final race. And Ken Abe with the final effort at trying to wrestle away this P4 from Cloud Ceneretti. But Cloud Ceneretti holds on to that P4 place for the moment. This is our race leader, James Wyland then. He has one more turn to do, the sweeping downhill Buccini turn before the checkered flag will await. And it is being unfurled now, and James Wyland becomes Ferrari Challenge Copa-Shell World Final winner. From Tanny Hanna, who takes P2, Ken Abe then, in his quest to get ahead of Cloud Ceneretti, runs off, but does not lose a place. He will be able to hold on to that P5 place. What a brilliant race from Ferrari Challenge Copa-Shell then, and this is how Ken Abe then, he was going to go for a move on the inside of Cloud Ceneretti. The back end of the car let go, and Ken Abe found himself turning around, but thankfully good recovery from Ken Abe meant that he was able to hold on to that P5 place and get towards the checkered flag. So confirmation of the classification then, James Wyland from Tanny Hanna, from Fujiwara, then Cloud Ceneretti and Ken Abe, and von Skeltermar, Jay Park. Then it was Davis and Lindroth, and here is our winner. James Wyland for Rosso Corsa has taken the win for Ferrari Challenge Copa-Shell World Final. Tanny Hanna has to settle for P2. And Makoto Fujiwara, who is the Copa-Shell Asia Pacific champion, takes P3 in the World Final race and is congratulated. Let's head up to the podium now for the trophy presentations, which are official Ferrari GT drivers on hand to make the trophy presentations to James Wyland, Tanny Hanna, and Makoto Fujiwara, the 1, 2, 3 in the Copa-Shell World Final race. Tony Verlander then making the trophy presentation to Makoto Fujiwara. Congratulates Tanny Hanna and James Wyland also. Next up, it's Miguel Molina, who makes the trophy presentation to Tanny Hanna, and Davide Rigon on hand to present the World Final Race Winners Trophy to James Wyland, who celebrates on the top step of the podium. So big smiles all round, and straight after the podium, we caught up with our Copa-Shell World Final winner, James Wyland.
Unbelievable. I don't know what to say. You know, my first race here in 2013, I got passed at the start-finish, and I lost by about 3 inches. And but since then, the track's been really good to me, and I love the event, obviously.
James Wyland, Copa-Shell World Champion.